Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
An auto showdown tonight. Stellantis is offering tens of thousands of workers buyouts in a move the new president of the UAW is calling disgusting.
The offers are expected to go out to 33,000 workers here in the U.S. That's nearly 60% of the automaker's workforce in the country.
The buyouts come ahead of the big contract negotiations between Stellantis and the UAW. Good to have you here for Local 4 News at 5. I'm Devin Skillion.
I'm Kimberly Gill, business editor Rod Maloney, live in Sterling Heights. Rod, is clear both sides are preparing for a major fight this fall.
Well, no doubt about it, and the possibility perhaps of a strike. Let's face it, Carlos Tavares, CEO of Stellantis, is known as a very tough and tenacious cost cutter. Last Friday, Shawn Fain, UAW president, said to me and my colleagues at the Automotive Press Association that it is his intent in the next national contract, which is they're starting to negotiate now, that he's going to get back a lot of the benefits, if not all of the benefits, that were given up during the bankruptcies. Now the battle lines are drawn. Stellantis put out this statement this afternoon, quote, in response to today's increasingly competitive global market conditions and the necessary shift to electrification, Stellantis is thoroughly reviewing its North American operations to improve efficiency, end quote. Later confirming the numbers for Local 4. In the U.S., Stellantis looking to shave 31,000 hourly employees and 2,500 salaried. UAW locals posting this letter, laying out two packages, an incentivized program with $50,000 bonuses for those hired before 2007, and a voluntary program with a seniority-based sliding scale lump sum. This, of course, landing with a thud with the new UAW president Shawn Fain. He said, quote, Stellantis' push to cut thousands of jobs while raking in billions in profits is disgusting. This is a slap in the face to our members, their families, their communities, and the American people who saved this company 15 years ago. And this is the thanks the working class gets. Shame on Stellantis, end quote. Out at Sterling Heights stamping plant this afternoon, Local 4 spoke with union members who now have the option to leave.
I think they're trying to get the cheaper labor in here and trying to get rid of the seniority workers like us.
Yeah, some guys are going to take it. I'm not sure everybody is, you know.
Yeah. Are you going to take it?
No, not yet.
It's got me thinking about taking a buyout.
We did talk to some of the auto workers, didn't want to go on camera, who said that they will be taking this buyout. Of course, they look to backfill a lot of the jobs with the lower cost employees. But Shawn Fain made it abundantly clear on Friday that his relationship with Carlos Tavares is in fact broken, and this is not going to be helping that. Back to you.
Well, Rod, when will employees see what packages they qualify for?
Well, many of them already know. They've been talking about this for a couple of weeks, we're told, inside the plants. But here's how it rolls out. In the next week, workers will get a letter telling them what they are qualified for, whether they can or cannot take this buyout. And then what happens is that at the end of June, between that and the end of December, it's looking like that's when the jobs will actually end for those who take the buyout. And it's also a situation where there are a lot of people who are looking to retire at the end of the month, and they're being told, hold off just yet, because you may be eligible for one of those $50,000 payments, so sit tight.
Yeah, more to come. Okay, Rod, we appreciate it. Westland's police chief resigns after controversial videos surface of his time before he became the city's top cop.
These videos capture Jeff Jed Rusick harassing citizens while he was an officer 25 years ago. Pamela Osborne live in Westland with the fallout from these videos. Pamela.
Local leaders had been calling for the former chief's resignation since those videos came to light, but they still have questions and some concerns about how things were handled. One city council member telling me the city knew about these recordings for several weeks.
I cannot stand on my hands, sir.
It was just a really disappointing thing to see.
The recordings may be decades old, but they are the source of anger and outrage. What you see as an officer encouraging people to dance and sing to avoid jail time.
Keep going. And I love you, baby.
There's a mistrust in the community, And I think looking at these videos and these actions, they're deeply disturbing that someone would do that to anyone, let alone from the position of power to be a public safety officer.
That officer was Jeff Jedrusick, the man who would eventually become chief of Westland Police, a position he held for nearly 11 years.
How can a police chief go to his officers after this comes out and then reprimand them for anything that they do in the line of duty?
State Representative Dylan Wigella of Garden City co-authored a letter with Westland State Rep Kevin Coleman calling on the chief to resign. On Wednesday, he did. Local 4 obtained a copy of an email sent to council from the chief, which reads in part that he is ending his contract with the city, saying, quote, "It's not a reaction to the public criticisms, but a matter of timing." The city responded to our request for an interview with a statement of their own, calling the departure a mutual agreement, quote, "in the best interest of our residents." And we reached out to the Michigan State Police. They confirm an investigation did take place, and those results were forwarded over to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. A representative from that prosecutor's office tells us they reviewed the case and on April 20th denied it because the statute of limitations had run out. Reporting live in Westland, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
The area around Little Caesars Arena was a scene of a different kind of gathering today.
Well, if you saw it, you may have been a little confused by what you were seeing, but we reported last night law enforcement from state and federal agencies were there to practice for the worst case scenarios. Alongside city leaders, this full-scale exercise was put on by the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. It was designed to address a very complex, coordinated attack situation. This is video of the training that actually took place out of the view of the public. This was at District Detroit, sent to us by the city of Detroit. Officials say this kind of training, though, is vitally important when you have to prepare for the unthinkable.
As we have seen in the past, malicious actors target mass gatherings and public venues because of their ease of accessibility, crowd density, and limited ability to incorporate protective measures. Exercises of this complexity, we call them full-scale exercises, and that's where we're really bringing out the first responders. Everyone's actively walking through their roles and responsibilities as if it were a real-world event.
This training typically takes a year to prepare it, put it on, but the start of the COVID pandemic postponed the original date, which was back on March of 2020.
Well, they say the smell just won't go away. People living near the Jefferson North Assembly plant are taking issue with a recent assessment of the emissions. Stellantis has faced several air quality violations over the paint odor coming from the plant near Mack and St. Jean. Sean Lay joins us live now. Sean, could you smell it when you were there today?
Let's start with this, Kimberly. Yes is the answer, but also look at this day. It's so clear out here. The air is so fresh. So we have been out to that site many, many times. Never detected anything, but we did smell a paint fume smell there today, even though Detroit City Council was presented with new air quality numbers there that didn't detect anything. Hear how neighbors are reacting.
You just smell the paint.
I smell paint.
Yeah, the paint fumes, that's what we smell, and paint fumes is coming out.
Kenneth Holloway says his neighbor continues to make him sick. That neighbor, the massive Stellantis, Jefferson North assembly plant on Detroit's east side, people here have complained for years now that paint fumes coming from the plant continues to impact their health. Stellantis was fined by the state, told not to emit fumes into the community and monitor the air. Today we are following up, and Detroit City Council was presented with an update from the Environmental Department that the air is now clear around JNAP.
That our air monitoring data has come back as non-detect for VOCs, which is volatile organic carbons.
But also at City Council, Kenneth Holloway.
They put these monitors in certain areas and stuff. We still smell fume from time to time.
Now we put drone 4 up because I want to show you something. Here's the privacy wall. The factory's right over there. By the time it takes me to walk this way and talk to you, I can show you where the nearest homes are. They are very, very close. And we have been out here a lot covering this. And for the very first time, I'm smelling paint fumes right now.
You smell them now. You smell the fumes now.
I smell paint right now.
Paint, that's what it is.
That's the fume.
That's the fume, paint
That's what
fume.
you're breathing in.
That's what we're breathing in.
So neighbors say the problem continues despite those new air quality readings. But Devin, New air quality readings will be taken in May and June. We'll certainly track them, let you know what they find. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4. Devin, back to you.
Wild. All right, Sean. Pope Francis making an unprecedented change in the Catholic Church. The pontiff is giving women the right to vote for the first time at an upcoming meeting of bishops. So the Pope is going to allow 70 non-bishop members to participate in this meeting coming up in October. Half of them are expected to be women. A group pushing for women to be ordained as priests is applauding the decision, calling it a crack in the stained glass ceiling.
All right. Another freeze warning in effect overnight for all of Metro Detroit as we take a live look at our Royal Oak Skycam. It's another day you should avoid planting anything in the ground or in those planters.
Forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams here, third or fourth night in a row, right, of a freeze warning.
But who's counting,
lost
right?
the losing count, I know.
Did I hear, was that under your breath? You said, stop it.
I did.
I wasn't sure. Sometimes it's in your head and it just comes right out
Pure
the
instinct,
mouth, right?
sorry.
Say no to planting annuals, at least for the next couple of weeks until after Mother's Day. That's the rule of thumb, and this is the reason why. Even though we had temps in the 80s, another freeze warning tonight for all of Metro Detroit, with the exception of St. Clair and Sanilac counties, which will have a little bit more in the way of cloud cover. Right now, we're in the low 50s, 51 out at Metro Airport, 52 in the city and Pontiac, upper 40s in Mount Clemens. It's about 10 to 12 degrees warmer right now than it was yesterday, and tomorrow afternoon will be even warmer than that. Temperature trend is kind of up and down over the next several days, but it does dip down quite a bit next week, and I'll talk about that in the forecast in a few minutes.